Hey, good morning, East Texas. Thanks for joining us on this live stream. We're on Facebook, we're on CBS19 Plus, as well as being on YouTube right now. And I'm just coming to you to give you an update on the foggy weather that we're seeing this morning. So this is a live look at how much visibility that you have right now. So this is measured in terms of miles. On a clear day, you can see approximately 10-ish miles, which is what we have in Tyler. But for deep East Texas, it's very foggy this morning. We're seeing visibility less than a quarter of a mile in Nacogdoches. In fact, we're seeing zeros pop up towards Center, St. Augustine, Palestine, and back toward Crockett. So make sure that you are slowing down on the roadways this morning. And of course, just making sure that you are staying extra aware, especially as you're driving by any schools or bus stops, because there could be some kiddos out there that are hard to see. So give yourself a bit of extra time and make sure that you're putting the brakes on when you're heading out on those roadways. Same thing goes for any of these areas that you're seeing this white pop up. So lots of fog as we're getting started on this Tuesday morning. Because of that, a dense fog advisory is currently active. That's for the counties that are highlighted in this shade of purple. That's going to go for a little over, or I should say a little under 2 hours. It expires at 10 a.m. today. So once again, you just want to make sure that you are driving cautiously out there. Now, the fog is forecasted to become less intense through the rest of the morning. I think we're kind of at the peak of it, or we will be at least in the next 30 to 40 minutes. So make sure that you're driving carefully. But after that, the fog will slowly begin to retreat down to the south and then become less dense. So that should make visibility a little bit better if you're heading out for lunch later today. In the meantime, make sure that you are slowing down and avoiding the high beams because your commute is going to be foggy today. And even if you're just heading out to run any errands, make sure you are staying cautious on the roadways. All right, here's what we're talking about. This is a live look outside at SFA in Nacogdoches. We are looking at the stadium here. So I pop this camera up rather frequently, so you guys may have seen it before. But usually right here, you can see the big lights on the stadium. This is the tree that's there, and usually the edge of the stadium is quite visible just beyond the tree. You can see barely anything out there this morning. So again, deep East Texas, that's where the fog is popping up. Make sure that you are driving slowly on those roadways. And I'd recommend packing just a bit of extra time into your commute. That way you can get where you're going safely, because you will need to slow down on those roadways. Now, this is confined to deep East Texas and portions of the state line near Louisiana. For areas out toward Dallas, we're looking at Tyler, areas along I-30. Things are much better out there. Here's a live look at the Caldwell Zoo. You can see a crazy difference. I'll click back. Nacogdoches, Tyler. Isn't that crazy how different it is just a few hours apart? Or I should say just a little bit apart in distance. Now, this is, again, a live look. We're seeing lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures are currently sitting at 50, and we will be skyrocketing through the rest of the day. So here's what it looks like. We'll be into the 60s by noon. The afternoon, we are looking at the 70s with lots of sunshine. So my forecast, I have us up to 74 in Tyler, which sets us about 10 degrees above the average there. 71 if you're in Henderson. Deep East Texas, it's going to be cool there a little bit longer. That fog keeps the sun from getting down, so you don't get that warming from the sun. So it will stay cooler, and then once the fog eventually burns off, it'll take a while for it to warm up, and it's only really going to make it to the mid to upper 60s before things start to cool down again. So that's why you're staying cooler through the south. But otherwise, a rather spring-like day across the piney woods today. So in Tyler, I forecasted 74. That puts us 10 degrees above the average. Even in deep East Texas, where it's slightly cooler, we'll still sit just slightly above average there. So what we're seeing, 10 degrees above average, that's what you're seeing in this red here. A little bit less, about 0 to 5 degrees above average through deep East Texas. That's what the shades of red are. Again, this is not the temperature, this is how far above average we are. The seasonal average being in the mid 60s. So we'll see this today. Tomorrow, still warm, but we get a little blast of cool air coming in Wednesday evening into Thursday. Now, this isn't going to make anything cold like it was last week, but it is going to bring in just a little dip in our temperatures. That's as a weak cold front will wash across the piney woods. It's also going to spark up just a few scattered showers. So I'm not tracking anything widespread at this point, but just little pockets of rain popping up. That will happen Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. That continues through the early morning on Thursday. There may be a few patches of rain if you are an early early riser in heading out early on Thursday. Just make sure you're watching the roadways. Most of this will be hitting areas along I-20. Once again, this is Thursday morning, and then we'll get partly cloudy skies for the rest of Thursday. Overall, low end rain chances at that. Our next real rainmaker is coming in Sunday into Monday. So we'll get some widespread showers coming in at that time. You'll need the umbrella. This is coming in Sunday evening, or I should say afternoon. That's where we'll get some widespread showers. Nothing that heavy is popping up in our data just yet. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't see some heavier pockets of rain coming in, more so widespread coverage. But again, that's based off the data now. We could get an update as we get closer to the beginning of next week. This is still about 7 days away. But what we're looking at, Sunday, widespread showers through the afternoon and evening. That will continue into Monday morning. It does appear that it's going to pick up a bit of steam as it gets out toward Louisiana, Mississippi, even toward Arkansas. But of course, just continue to check back with us as we will get you more information as we know it. So this is happening due to a low pressure system. That's what's coming through, and that's going to give us just a little bit extra energy to get those showers going over the weekend. Then that clears out. Then we get a little bit of a break from the rain after Monday of next week. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Remember, a weather impact alert is in effect today. That's for the morning where we have the dense fog, especially through deep East Texas. There is a little bit of a lull in there in our temperatures. So 70s today and tomorrow. We're dipping down into the mid 60s on Thursday. That's going to just make things slightly cooler as scattered showers move through. We're back up into the 70s though on Saturday and on Sunday. I'm going to switch back and just look at what our visibility is, so you can see where the fog is as you're planning your morning commute today. So we're looking at below a quarter of a mile in Nacogdoches, about a quarter of a mile of visibility in Lufkin. Barely any visibility if you're in Carthage Center or St. Augustine this morning. So make sure that you're driving carefully. Again, really the best thing that you can do is to slow down on the roadways. So make sure that you are staying safe out there. Foggy commute this morning. Again, I'm going to show you a live look outside at SFA and then compare that to Tyler. So kind of crazy, the amount of fog and just how different things are from I-20 down to deep East Texas. Well, that's all we have for you today. We hope that you have a great rest of your day and are staying safe in the fog. Now, I'll have another update on your forecast and more information about that incoming rain if you join us on the noon show. We'll be on CBS 19 and streaming on CBS 19 Plus. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.